Let's do this. All right. Sorry about that, but I don't know. Intros can be boring, I guess. Let's get into it. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll kind of do the dropped weapon here, and then we'll expand on this in later videos. Notice I've got the first weapon slot open because I'm going to be doing some melee combat, some hand-to-hand combat type stuff. And as I was kind of planning that out, I figured I'll just throw that in the first slot. So as I'm programming, kind of keep that in mind because I do use the slots. But yeah, I'm talking too much, so let's take a look at this. The first thing that we'll do is we're going to jump into Writer. So I know I keep programming in here. I don't know if I showed you the other video on C++ versus blueprints, but huge fan. Basically what I've done is I've added a inventory fragment for the weapon slot. Now this will go in the ID pistol. I'll show that later once we get in here. Also, I'm going to get this up on GitHub so you can see this file. What I typically do though is I don't add CPP files through Unreal for whatever reason, just don't like doing it. I just click on here and then do add and file and then I'll name it basically this. So and then I do the CPP file the same way. You go ahead and hit this debugger right here just to restart it, and that's how you get the CPP files loaded up into Unreal. So I don't like doing it through Unreal. I always break it whenever I do it that way, but really this fragment, all it is we're adding an int, right? It's just an integer named slot that we're adding. In here you can see it's literally all it is. This is the CPP file. So again, these will be on the GitHub. The other thing though that I did to get the weapon drop working is I did go into this Lyra inventory instance, Lyra inventory item instance. This item definition right here, where you're getting the item definition off of the instance, this was already here. I just exposed it to blueprints. So again, I will throw this up on my GitHub, but those are the only three things that we've done. Technically, if you don't want to, you don't have to add the weapon slot fragment, but then your weapon drop is going to look a little different. So the first thing that we'll do is once we have restarted the editor, we'll go into the shooter core weapons. You're going to have to do this for any weapons that you have. So if you end up working with the grenade launcher, missile launcher, other shotguns, other guns, pistols, anything like that, you want to open this ID, right? So you open this, you're just going to add a new fragment, and this is where the inventory fragment weapon slot. So I'll show why that's important, where we're going to add that. But that's what you're going to do, and you're going to have to do it to all of them. So if you have a rifle, wrong file, sorry about that. But what I've done is these slots right here, I've edited it so your pistols are going to go into slot 1, your rifles are going to go into slot 2. Shotguns, same thing. Once you have those, the next thing that you're going to want to do is go into your abilities, and we're going to go into the drop weapon. So this is kind of right here. This is what got me into the CPP versus blueprints thing, but I'll explain that another video. But what we're going to do is on activate. So I think this is normally what it looks like right here, right? But we obviously start to play with it. I forgot to mention one thing. The first thing that we'll have to do is go into here. In your function add inventory or add initial inventory, this is where I'm pulling that slot. So this is anytime we're going to add weapons. I think I have this find fragment, and it's going to be this weapon slot. I just added that in between the quick bar and the add item definition. So I'm going to grab the find fragment class, and then we're assigning it here. And that is because in the, I don't think these are categorized, I did. But what I did is on here, you've got this ID pistol, and this makes sure it goes into the right slot. So you can add whichever weapons in here in really any way you want. It doesn't matter in that array what order they're in, because it's going to grab the slots and add those here. Once you have that, sorry, so we're going to go back to here. So we're going to get the active slot if it is greater than or equal to 1, because again, on that first slot, I'm going to reserve that for, which is 0 in the array, hand-to-hand weapons that we'll be doing in a future video. I'll show you that. I'll do a how-to on that one. That one's to come. So if you want to check that one out, stay tuned. But here's where we're gonna go. I think this is the normal. You're removing the slot, and again, these lines are going to come down into the quick bar. There's going to be quite a few lines that we're pulling off of here. We're going to remove that item instance. From here, so this value, we're going to get the item definition, we're going to get the stat count, and we're going to do the spare ammo and the magazine ammo. So we're going to plug this into our spawn actor. This one, I probably got to pay with this as far as how we're spawning this. I don't know if you noticed in the demo video, it spawned it behind it at one point. I might change this up so that way you don't automatically pick something up. I'll show you that in the dropped weapon, but where you have to actually, hit X or hit square. I don't know what the different gamepad ones are before you pick it up. So it won't really matter where it is. And notice when you ran over the pistol that he didn't pick it up right away just because it was not a valid check. But this, as of right now, I just kind of have it throwing plus 100 in the X. So I think if we grab the forward vector, there's a way to do it. I haven't hooked it up. I copied this actually from the, was it the grenade ability? I copied that and added that there. So, but that's going to go into the transform location and transform rotation. Scale is the same. Now this is and it's a spawn transform. So just go ahead and break or split that, and that's what gives you those. So once you have those, this B dropped weapon class, that is what we will go ahead and make. That's going to be in your shooter core. Items is a folder that's already there. It's going to kind of give you some of these other pickups. So I just have weapon drop, just created a new folder, and I created this B dropped weapon. It's just an actor blueprint. That's all it is, right? So up here you can see the parent class. It's just an actor. But in there's a couple things that we're going to have to set up. So as you can see, I have the shotgun. I was trying to do that just for the physics, but ended up not working. So I made a cube. I made that as the root. And then I scaled this down to 0.03, 0.025, 0.025. And the reason for that is that allows it to fall. If this is a pistol, it kind of works. You can always set up your physics however you want. But for whatever reason, I wasn't able to grab this as a skeleton mesh. It has a physics actor, but for whatever reason, when I was trying to do simulate physics on here, it wasn't working. I also did up the mass just because if it was lower, I was bouncing all over the place. So this is a collision box that has then been added, and both the skeletal mesh and the collision box are right off this root scene right here. So as far as variables, so we're going to add an inventory item, which is a Lyra inventory item definition type. And that is going to be instance editable and expose on spawn. As of right now, I just have the default item as a ID shotgun, just to kind of give you in this level blueprint, you can see that it is right there. Going back into here, I've got spare ammo, which is just an integer type, and then a weapon ammo, which is also an integer. So then I've got this existing weapon. I'm not using that at the moment, but that is a Lyra inventory item instance type. So let's get into the graph. So this is copied from the weapon spawner, just preventing the player from picking up the weapon in a post game. Off of here, we're going to get player controller from object. Now this is the pin on event begin overlap. We're not using anything on the event begin play. We're not anything on the tick. I'll get to the construction script in a second as soon as we walk through this. There's a little bit here, not too much, but we'll get into that. So off of this player controller from an object, this is where we will be able to get this get component by class, and this is our Lyra inventory manager component. From here, we're going to pull that off and find the first item stack by definition, and then we are plugging this, which is our inventory item, into the definition here. Now what this does is this finds if the weapon that we're picking up is already in here, and this is just kind of a validated check to say if it is in here, we're just going to end it. I will probably add something later about being able to steal ammo from an existing gun, but I haven't added that yet. I've been looking into, whether or not I want the skeleton mesh to end up being a magazine or something like that. If that's the case, this isn't in this weapon ID, so I'll have to do that another way. Maybe I make it instead of a dropped weapon, it'll be dropped ammo, kind of go about it from that direction. But as of right now, it's not added, printing out that it's not added. So if it is not in the inventory manager, that's where we're going to add the definition. So this is coming off the return, and then we're again getting that inventory item, adding that into here. So once we add that, you're going to have quite a bit kind of coming off of this Lyra inventory manager component. So the first thing that we're doing is going to go find the fragment by class. So this is where we're going to access, again, that slot. Sorry about that. So this is where we're going to access that slot, and that's where we're going to add item to slot. And then we'll plug from here, we're going to get the slot. This is what we added in our CPP, and we're going to plug that into the slot. This way we don't have to get if you don't want to add that slot in there, this is where you can just, find the next available slot. I think in here, in the hero mannequin in this initial inventory, I think they had that originally so you can just copy that, but I'm adding these into specific slots. So once we have that, we need to grab the component by class, get component by class, and this is the quick bar component. So again, that is being pulled off of our controller. So that's all the way down here. So make sure you connect that pin, and then this is going to be going into this add item by slot. The next thing that we're doing is we're going to remove the stat tag stack. What this does is these two right here. So this is the spare ammo and the magazine ammo. If you don't add these here, so we're clearing all of the ammo that's in there, you get this weird stacking where your character just kind of spawns infinite ammo. Just make sure we clear that out before, and again, all 4 of these pins are going straight back to the same spot, which is, if I can hover over it so you see it, right off of here. All 4 of these are coming off that same thing. Sorry, all 4 of these. And then this spare ammo, that's the variable right here, and this weapon ammo is the variable right here. This is what allows us to only get the ammo that's been on the weapon that we dropped, because these are exposed on spawn. So when we spawn these, that's what this gets stat tag stack count. That's what these are right here that we're plugging into. So once we have these, we're going to destroy the actor, and that's it. Not a ton in there. Took a little bit to program, and I know that's kind of what sent me down the rabbit hole of this blueprint test plus the CPP test, which I think I posted previously. I don't know, but that should be it. Nope, sorry, that is not it. This construction script. So this is the first thing that we're going to have to do. Coming off the construction script, we're going to grab this. We're going to find the item definition fragment. We're going to make sure we get this pickup icon, and we're going to get the skeletal mesh, and we're going to set that as this skeletal mesh. That's what allows us to make the actual gun in the game. So that should be everything now. If it's not, if I messed up, I'm sure you guys will let me know. Like, you're an idiot, you forgot X, Y, or Z, and I'll apologize and put my blueprint somewhere on, I don't know, whatever the blueprint website is that I have to Google what it is every single time. But anyways, now is that same time. So if you liked this video, if you like the series that I'm doing, subscribe, share, comment, tell me I'm awesome or, again, an idiot. Hope you guys liked it, and I will have some more videos on, like I said, again, the melee, and then more of an inventory. I'm going to actually show that because I will be doing some work in that in the future. So just kind of showing I'm starting that. I know I pulled some stuff from the Explorer, but if you hit I, you get that inventory, and then you can make that go away. But so yeah, I don't know. Again, like, subscribe, comment, share, all of those things, and I will catch you guys next time.